me walk you through a couple real world scenarios, situations you might recognize from your own plant, because I think the best way to understand why OT IT integration matters is to see it in action. I'm just going to pull up this simple experience that I had not too long ago, really focused around the plant's energy consumption. So this organization happened to have a compressor that started pulling more power, 25% more energy than it usually did. The OT systems that are on the network flag that right away. The alarm fires, but really, what does that mean to you? The OT system says the energy is up. Meanwhile, your ERP shows production output is exactly the same. You're making the same number of parts, but you're burning significantly more power. Now, if your OT and IT systems aren't connected, here's what happens. Your operation team sees the energy spike. Your business system sees normal production. Nobody can explain the gap. So your maintenance team starts manually pulling records, checking service logs, and, well, quite frankly, they're walking around asking questions. But when those systems are connected and AI can look across all of that data at once, the picture becomes clear almost instantaneously. The system correlates the compressor's operating conditions with its maintenance history and the current production demand. It finds the root cause. It tells you what happened, why it's costing you money, and what to do about it. That is the difference between a mystery that eats 3 days of your team's time and a solvable problem that gets fixed in an afternoon. Here's another one that I talk about almost daily, and that is really about retention, hiring and retaining of people. Think about your best operator on the plant floor today. The one who's been running that line for the last 20 or 30 years, he or she didn't need to look at a manual. He can hear when something's slightly off. He knows when a machine makes a particular sound before a bearing goes. That knowledge is invaluable. Well, now that a gentleman is retiring, and the person that's taking over is a great employee. They show up on time. They're always available. They're always part of the team and they want to help, but they're new. One day, a machine starts acting up. Vibrations are unusual. Alarms start going off. The new operator can see all the same data, but still doesn't know what that means. Without that experienced voice in the room, troubleshooting takes hours instead of minutes. Here's where OT, IT integration, and AI make a real difference. When you combine live machine signals with your maintenance history, your service reports, your past incident records, an AI co-pilot can look at what's happening right now and say, hey-o, I've seen this before back in 2022. This exact pattern turned out to be a blocked cooling line, and here's what we did to fix it. That's not replacing your operator. That's giving every operator, no matter how new, access to the institutional knowledge your best people built over a lifetime. And those are two examples are just a starting point. The same idea applies to every corner of your plant. If you're seeing higher scrap rates on a packaging line, OT knows the process conditions, IT knows the material batch date and quality history. You put those two things together and you can isolate the root cause in minutes, not days. If you're missing production targets on line 4, OT sets the downtime events or sees the downtime events. It knows the production schedule and shift performance. Together, they help you understand exactly where you're losing time and why. If you're still running maintenance on fixed schedules, OT gives you real-time equipment health data. Talking to a customer about that this afternoon. IT gives you the maintenance history and the asset criticality. Now you move from change the bearing every 90 days to, well, gosh, let's just change it when it actually needs it. The pattern is always the same. OT gives you the signal, IT gives you the context, and together they give you the intelligence to act. I want to make one thing really clear before I hand it off to Sambabu. OT, IT integration is not a technology project for its own sake. It's about connecting cables and integrating software. The point is what enables better decision made faster by the people who run your plant. Think of it as a bridge. That's how I often envision it in my head. On one side, you have the OT world, the machines, the sensors, real-time signals from the floor. On the other side, you have your IT world, the business context, structured data, systems of record. IT/OT integration is the bridge between them. And when that bridge is built, you get something you've never had before, a single shared version of the truth. Because while we have all of that data coming off of our plant floor, we have to trust that data. And that is what enables higher productivity, better quality, less downtime, faster decisions, not the integration itself, but what becomes possible when those two worlds finally talk to each other. So, Babu?